the thing about it is that I think that you are missing some information. I'm not trying to sound like I'm condescending to you or anything like that. I have never spoken in Spanish with you. I have heard you say some things, but I don't want to, pass any judgment. And I'm just trying to be helpful, that's all. Because I think that there are points that you are missing, and I don't think that you get the full picture of the video. But anyways, I think regardless, let's just say that you did understand everything and you understand like Spanish fluently. I think regardless, you're not gonna agree with me, so I think it's better if we don't discuss this. I'm just gonna post a video, hopefully, in the next couple of days or next week.
It's kind of sad that, stuff like that, happens, with the, relationship between Dominicans and Haiti. I understood everything, in that video. It's just, I just see it the same way, as, the dynamic here. I don't know if you understand what I mean by that, but I see it as the same way as the dynamic here. I don't know. This is very interesting. If you could send me more videos like that, so I could get more accustomed on how certain Dominican things. It's very interesting. I don't know. Just it's very interesting. The way I see it is, a government employee shouldn't be biased, and how shouldn't be biased, and if you are biased, you shouldn't be working for the government where you have to interact with these people on a daily basis, but that's how I see it. I put my shoes, the way I see it through American lenses, on how Latinos are treated here. So I might be misconstrued, I don't know. Do you know this concept of idea called staying on code? I don't know if you are aware, but by any chance, do you know what that means?
I had to go and do a home visit, so I'll respond the first couple of messages. I think that you are missing a lot of points. I think that from my perspective, no disrespect to you, I don't think that you know about the laws of Haiti. I mean, it just sounds like you don't, and I could be wrong, correct me. But, I think it's funny that you mentioned there are similarities. I'll agree with you in terms of there are similarities between the borders and what happens between the Latinos that cross the border and the Haitians that cross the border. But there's a lot of things that I don't think that you are considering. First of all, there is a culture that is so different. Second of all, there is the laws that the Haitian government has versus what's going on in Dominican Republic, which is very different than what happens to Mexicans that cross over here. I'm not sure if you are aware of USA foreign policies, because I think if you did, maybe you would think differently. No disrespect. But yeah, I mean, I'll be happy to send you many videos as you want, but I just wish that someday you're not just one-sided, because I think that is actually being biased. I think that when you just side with one group of people and don't see the full picture, that's actually being biased. And I don't think that you understood what that person said on the video. I wish I can see why you think it's similar, and I don't blame you. But I think there are differences that you are, from my perspective, overlooking and not taking into consideration. But, whichever. Like, I have no issue talking about La Camiona or the traffic of children, illegal traffic of children, both Haitians and Dominicans. I have no issue admitting racism in Dominican Republic across the board. And sometimes it's very difficult, for me to admit to things like that. But that's who I'm trying to be, somebody who is neutral. And at this moment, from what you're saying, it just sounds to me that you are actually biased and don't.
Maybe I am biased. I don't know. Can you tell me what the differences of the law is? Because you said there was differences of law. Can you tell me the differences of the law? Because I don't know what that is, obviously. So can you tell me what the differences is? I think, you're more educated in that than I am. I want to actually learn your perspective. I want to actually hear you out. So, I don't know, just tell me, you said the different culture and laws. Just tell me what the different laws are.
Have you ever listened to That's Dominican? There is an old video that he posted, I think in 2015, where he talks about not so much, I don't think it's laws, but you can see some background information to kind of understand why Dominican people feel the way they feel about Haitian, especially over the last, I will say, 19 years. Because, in terms of the laws, I'm talking about immigration policies. And I made a video about Dominicans in Haiti, and I did provided some information about what Dominicans have to do in order to go over there. I'll be happy to send you the link to the video of that. I'll be happy to send you the link to the video of that YouTuber, That's Dominican, so that you get some context as to what I'm saying. Another thing that you're not taking into account is that back, I believe, in 2014 or 15, not completely sure, there were a lot of Haitians that were able to get their citizenship, or not their citizenship, the Dominican residence, because the Dominican government pay a large amount of money to get it for them. And only 5% of the population that was staying in Haiti, in Dominican Republic, went and applied. But the Haitian government refused to assist the Dominican government. And why are you never, from the conversations I had with you, from the impression that I have of you, you can feel free to send me an email where you address what I'm going to say. But as far as I know, I don't think you have ever considered the Haitian government. I don't think you have ever addressed anything in regards to that. It's just you just want to put the entire blame onto Dominicans, and I think that's very unfair, especially after all the help that we have provided to them. And tell me, have you ever looked into what Dominicans have to go through in order to get a work visa or to be in Haiti? They do protect their borders. And that's what that guy was saying on that video. that I sent you. But when it comes to us, then we are supposed to just let them walk in without any permission. And for your information, the security is not the same as it is here. I mean, they just let them in. In fact, to be honest with you, the majority of these people come over through the bilateral market. They don't come over through the borders. And this is supported by the Haitians and the Dominican authorities. I don't know if you'll be able to listen to this, but I'll send you several videos and I'll try to find a document that has the immigration policies so that you can take a look at it and see what I'm saying.
Well, thank you for the information. Um, one of that YouTuber that you sent me, I already seen that video a long time ago. So, I actually am subscribed to him. He hasn't uploaded in a long time, but anyway, yeah, thank you for the information. I'll definitely look over, and see what other things I can learn from him. I don't attack Dominicans or think that Dominicans is something wrong or whatever. The thing that I do feel that it's kind of interesting that Dominicans want to protect their borders and stuff, and they say the same thing that white supremacists say about Latin people here. It's interesting. That's all I'm saying. It's interesting. And do I think that it has a lot of racism to do with it? And I believe it does. I really truly believe it has racism based on that. But it is what it is. The main point was that when I saw that video that you sent me about the government official speaking his piece, that's I don't agree with that whatsoever, because he's supposed to be a government official and he's supposed to be unbiased, but yet he was speaking his piece and really saying what he believes, which would tell me that he wouldn't be able to do his job officially because he'll have that bias, and that's how I see it,
Well, why do you think that the man in the video is being biased? That's why I ask if you fully comprehend Spanish, because I know that you were born and raised here. I know that you went to Dominican Republic for some time. So I have never spoken to you in Spanish, so I don't know how comfortable you are. Maybe I'm wrong. I just want you to give me more information as to why you feel this man has been biased, because I watched the video earlier twice just to make sure I did not miss anything, and I can see that he's upset. I can see that he could have expressed himself in a more respectful manner. I can give you that, but that still doesn't tell me why do you think that doesn't tell me he's being biased. In fact, he was.
Spanish is my first language. That's what I've learned. Spanish was my first language. Still is my first language. And he was being biased by saying that I don't go to Haiti's country and either steal resources, and I got to see the video again, but I saw it twice, but I got to see it again so I can tell you what he said verbatim. But he was saying, I don't go over there to your country and mess it up or whatever the case is. That's being biased. That's something you have to understand. That's being biased right there. A government official shouldn't be saying those type of things.
I think you need to listen to the video again. This is why I decided to listen to it twice, because you know I I want to make sure that I am not missing anything. But what he said was that when he goes to Haiti, he has to go by the rule. And that's not the case for them coming over to our country. So this is why I question whether or not you fully understand Spanish. I understand it is your first language. I understand that that's your parents' language. Maybe you need to listen to the video one more time. I don't know. But I can understand why you might feel that he is biased because of how upset he is. And I don't blame you for that. But what you're saying is not what he said. That I suggest you watch the video one more time, because I think that you're missing some things.
Okay, I'll watch it one more time, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Mind you, I watched it when you first sent it, and that was hours ago, you know. So let me watch it one more time, and also I had to watch it. You know, like I said, I had to watch it twice because I couldn't hear what he was saying. But you know, I'll watch it. I'll watch it one more time. I understood all of this perfectly fine. The fact that you don't see a problem with this is the issue. And those Haitians that are killing Dominicans, I have a question for you. Are those Haitians representative of all Haitians? I actually understand it perfectly fine. The thing is that me and you see it in both different ways. That's all. Can you, I'm watching your video. Can you elaborate a little bit more? You said that when Dominicans go to Haiti, they go and get, you know, documentation. They go the right way. And when Haitians come to Dominican Republic, they don't have to go through anything. They just walk in. Can you elaborate more on that? Because I want to know, is it the Dominican Republic government not incentivizing these rules, or what? I want to know a little bit more about that.
I think I said it on my video when I said that they come through the bilateral commerce that is celebrated, I think, 3 times a week. There is one video where I talk about the construction of the wall, where you can hear about it. I also sent you a website about what they need to bring in order to live in Haiti. You know, I think Viva Bella Extina is gonna make a video about it. I don't know what information she has. Maybe it's different than the one I have. But I will be recording a video with my brother today, who has traveled to Haiti for many years and who can describe his experience. I know it's not gonna give you the full picture, but you can get an idea.
No, my thing is that I wanted to know a little bit about that law that you said. I don't know. Is the Dominican Republic, do they not have immigration laws that are strict like that, or do they just allow anybody to go in, like Haitians just come in? That's what I just wanted to know.
I think I misspoke when I talked to you earlier. We do have laws. We do have our constitution. 168, I believe. I think if you listen to that video, she does, not the guy, but the woman does talks about it a little bit. But No, they people don't abide by the rules. That our laws are not enforced by those rules or by those laws.
Oh, okay. Now, let me ask you this: do you think that Dominican people do they go to Haiti undocumented the same way Haitian people go to Dominican Republic undocumented? Do you think that's the truth, or all Dominican people go the right way? Do you think that happens?
So, I mean, you can judge by that. I mean, you can go ahead and just like you did with the video, I did listen to all of the parts of the video that you sent me of Yadira Marte. And I think that you just want to see things from your perspective because that's what you believe, and that's fine. But you're taking things out of context. And I don't think it has to do with you not being able to understand Spanish. I think you do speak and understand Spanish. I think you just don't want to see beyond what you believe. No disrespect. Plus, I think that you're very selective. You didn't really see the entirety. Like, I can understand why you feel the way you feel about this guy because he was very aggressive and very frustrated. And there's no justification for that. So I give you that. I understand now when you say, like, well, is it the code or however it's called? Like, I understand what you're saying. I can see why you feel the way you feel. And I think you're right until an extent. I don't agree with you entirely, but I can see where you're coming from.
Okay, I'm gonna check the thing out that you just sent me right now. What was I gonna tell you? Oh no, it's not that I'm being biased or anything. I'm just saying that we have to stay on code, and I'll go into further detail of what that means. But my thing is, are Dominicans going to Haiti undocumented as well? Is what I'm asking. That's all. If you do know if that is the case, or if you don't know if that is the case, but I just want to know if if Dominicans do that.
Well, again, from the research that I found, all of the Dominicans that I heard said that the vast majority are either working as hairdressers or as engineers or as doctors. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to the video that I just posted, but my brother stated that there is a lot of companies or restaurants that are managed by Dominican Republic or other countries, and they hire people from Dominican Republic to go over to Haiti and manage those businesses. So, it's different. I don't know. I did heard one person who was saying, I believe he's the president of the Dominican Association in Haiti, that he said that there's very, very, very few Dominicans that are elite. And it's very few because if you try to cross the border as a Dominican, as an illegal, most of them are put in jail when it's not the case for Haitians that cross over to Dominican Republic. Are you gonna look at that perspective? No, because you wanna stick to your own um, way of thinking, which is fine. But I'm just saying.
Wow, you're very passive aggressive. Um, you say I'm sorry, no disrespect, but then you just go out and say, "Are you gonna look at that perspective?" No, you just want to fit your own narrative. I'm just asking questions because I want to get more informed in this whole thing. Um, the thing is, what I want to know is, if Haiti's so poor, then why are Dominicans over there? Why are Dominicans living there if Haiti is so poor? If Haiti's so poor, how are these businesses still thriving?
Did you watch the last video that I posted? Because my brother actually explains about that. And yes, I may come off as passive aggressive because sometimes I feel attacked by the way you're asking the questions. Because it's like you're trying to find reasons to support your narrative, or at least that's how I am interpreting. So if I come off as passive aggressive, is because I don't know what your intentions are and I feel uncomfortable. I feel as if you are trying to imply things with your messages. I think that sometimes you can come off as passive aggressive, or, as if you want to, like you did with the video. That's what you did with the video. You see things only from your perspective, and I don't think that you, at least from what I'm seeing from you now in your messages, I don't think that you can be neutral. And I think this is why we clash so much, because I try to see both sides. I don't think that you see both sides. I think that you just stick to one side. And we all have our bias. I can be biased too, but what I try to do is see beyond what I feel, and I don't think that you are doing that right now. Or maybe I am misinterpreting you.
Sophie, I don't know what you're talking about. I simply was asking questions because I want to understand it. Time and time again, I've been telling you, hey, listen, I'm asking these questions because I don't know. I just want to get a better picture of it. That's it. The fact that these questions are making you mad either tells me you don't believe everything you're saying, or you have a personal issue with me that regardless of what questions I ask, you get annoyed, you get mad and frustrated. There's something that you do. I think, I could be wrong, I think that you pretend to play both sides, but you already have a certain feeling on certain things, and you're very soft-spoken, so you use that to your advantage. That's what I think. And I think that you have a personal issue with me because no matter what I say, no matter what I do, you still get mad and frustrated and start, being, aggressive with me when I'm simply just asking questions. Talking about I have a narrative. No, I'm simply asking. That's all I was doing. I'm simply asking. The only problem that we have is communication. Since the start of this conversation all the way till now, I haven't raised my voice. I have not yelled. I have not done anything. I simply just ask questions like, oh, okay, I don't know. Okay, that's interesting. Can you ask me this? Answer me this, blah, 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 blah. And that is making you mad, which tells me, again, either it's two things. You don't know what you're talking about, or you have a personal issue with me.
First of all, I do research, I do study, and I do talk to people who are currently living down there and historians from the country. So whatever I said on my videos are not my words based on my own personal feelings. If you want to believe that, believe it. If you don't want to believe it, that's fine. I do have a personal issue with you in terms of you taking things out of context, because I do feel like you did took things out of context on that video. You even lied on one of your voice messages expressing things that guy said on the video that he did not say. Granted, maybe you got confused, and I'm sorry if it's rough if I said that you lied, but that's how I took it. Because you're basically interpreting things from the things that you present in your videos. If you want to believe that I am soft spoken and that I want to mask things, then that's on you. I mean, obviously, you have not listened to anything I have said on my videos, apparently, or you just want to interpret it your way because that's the personal issue I have with you specifically. First, you take things out of context, things that I said or things that other people say. And second of all, I feel at times like I cannot say things because I'm afraid that you're gonna post it on a video like you did on one of your videos. So, yes, I do feel kind of hesitant and insecure by speaking with you. But at the same time, I want to give you the benefit of the doubt. I actually tried that earlier because I try not to pass any judgment. A part of me does feels like you don't really know Spanish well enough to fully understand the video, but the other part of me feels like maybe he just wants to see things from his perspective. And at the same time, I kind of met you halfway because I understand where you were coming from when you were talking about that guy on that video. So, I mean, I do know what I'm talking about because the things I said are not my words based on my feelings, are based on things that I research, and I think that you just entirely base your opinion on things that happen in the US and you want to impose your way of thinking into my country and into our culture. I'm not saying that there isn't racism in Dominican Republic, but you know what? I'm not going to argue with you. Maybe this was a bad idea. Maybe you're right. I do have a personal issue with you, and I shouldn't talk to you because we're gonna clash. And the fact that you don't see how many times I have given you the benefit of the doubt, and you just jump into thinking that I don't know what I'm talking about, and that I have a personal issue with you without seeing everything that has happened between the two of us. Then maybe we shouldn't talk. Maybe our personalities just clash. So I take responsibility for messaging you and for trying to engage on a conversation with you.
Lying, that's crazy. I simply misremembered what the person was saying in the video. I didn't know you took that as lying. But what I do take as lying, as you saying that I posted something that me and you discussed in the video. What did I post in one of my videos that me and you discussed? Because all I did was I talked about it. I said this is what we talked about. I never showed anything. So what are you talking about?
Well, what I meant to say is that you talk about our conversation without coming to me first, because that's the way I do things. So yes, I understand that you don't do things the same way I do it, and you can do whatever you want on your channel, and that's fine, but at the same time, that makes me feel insecure. And again, you're taking things out of context because I said, sorry if I sound rough, but you did lie on that video. I mean, on that voice message by saying that the guy said one thing and also saying that you watched the video twice. And then I had to ask you to watch. Suggested for you to watch it again, because that's not what he said at all. Which is why I'm hesitant to believe that you actually understand Spanish. You know what I'm saying? And then at the same time, I'm like, okay, maybe he's just seeing things from his perspective. So regardless of what somebody says, he's just gonna stick to his story. So maybe we shouldn't talk. Because I don't want to offend you. I don't want to insult you. And if you want to think whatever about me, that's fine. My conscience is fine. I just feel insecure and I feel like you are attacking me. That's how I feel personally because of the things that you did with the video and with the things that you said on your video about our conversation without asking me, can I talk about this? Which again, obviously you don't do things the same way I do, and I have to understand that, but that doesn't mean I'm going to feel comfortable speaking with you and trusting in you.
Sophie, I don't know what you're talking about, but I didn't attack you. Stop trying to be a victim because you're not, all right? Don't try to do this little white woman explaining BS, trying to cry and say, well, I'm the victim. No, don't do that. You already had an issue with me, and you are passive-aggressive. So I'm going to result into being passive-aggressive back, all right? That's the only reason why we started clashing from the first time we talked to the little video that me and you try to do, because you automatically were passive-aggressive. You automatically didn't like me, and you had an issue with me. That's your issue, all right? So don't try to flip this and say that I'm the bad guy when I'm not. You have an issue. Me and you don't have to talk. I don't have to prove to you that I know Spanish or understand Spanish or speak it. I don't have to do none of that. What I will do is address your lies, saying that I posted something about you when I simply said what we talked about. I don't need your permission to do that. You feel uncomfortable? All right, cool. But I don't need your permission for me to tell everybody else what me and you talked about. That's on you. That's on you. Is that wrong? Maybe. I don't know. But I don't see that as a big of a deal. Me showing proof is something different. Me just talking about it, that's hearsay. And the fact that the original video that you showed me, talking about the guy was like, "Todos ustedes son malos." Are you serious? That's not crazy for you? And then him saying on top of that, "El país suyo," or lo que llaman país. So he's basically disrespecting Haiti. He's saying that land, or what you call the land. Come on, are you serious? And you don't see that as problematic? It is what it is. I don't expect you to answer back because I don't want you to answer back. Have a good night, all right? And please don't contact me back because we're done with this.
Referring to the Haitians, he's talking about the authorities, the guardians, how do I say this? I guess what you will call ICE, the people that are allowing people to come in. He's blaming our government in DR for allowing this to happen. He's saying that when he has to go to Haiti, he actually has to go the right way, not the way that these people are doing it. And he's not blaming the Haitians, he's actually blaming the government. So that's why I thought that you did not understand what he was coming from. And I didn't say that you don't speak Spanish. I'm saying I'm hesitant to believe that you actually fully comprehend Spanish for that reason. And I think that you are taking things out of context because you're not seeing the full picture. You're not understanding what's going on. At least that's my impression. And that's why I feel that you are seeing things from your perspective. I apologize for everything that I make you go through, for being passive aggressive, and that's all I have to say. I'm sorry. Me being a white woman? What? What are you talking about? I'm not white. And I'm not playing victim. I'm simply stating how I feel because you asked me. Okay? I do feel insecure because you did talk about something. You even apologized for that. Now you're taking it back like, who are you? I felt uncomfortable when you said that stuff about our conversation on your video. I felt uncomfortable, But at the same time, I have to understand that that is your channel, And I do feel uncomfortable talking to you because I feel insecure. I feel like I cannot trust you because of what happened with that video, and that's all I was trying to say. And you want to say that I'm playing victim? Excuse me, I'm just expressing my opinion. I'm not playing victim. I'm expressing how I feel. And in regards to the man, they said what he said on the video. That's the part that I do get why you think that he's being biased, because of how aggressive he came off. And I did say that earlier. I also said that the way he expresses himself wasn't exactly the best one. And I am with you on that. But you see, you don't see the entire picture, and that's what I mean. And no, you don't have to prove to me if you speak Spanish or not. I also gave you the benefit of the doubt on that. I'm hesitant to believe that you speak Spanish, but at the same time, I think that you just want to see things from your perspective, which is why I feel the way I feel.
Sophie, listen, I just told you, don't stop contacting me. It is what it is, okay? It literally is what it is. You're talking about, I'm attacking you. I'm not attacking you. That's the whole point why I said stop being a white woman. White women, they do shit like that. Stop, okay? That's it. We don't have to talk. Just leave me alone, please. All right? You made your point. I made my point. It's over.